Hey YouTubers, it's Xaldin. Tonight before Christmas Eve and before Christmas Day, I was thinking of posting a couple of videos because it might be sort of a while before I post videos again. So while I have the chance, I'm gonna post a couple of videos to you guys and talk about some decks I'll be making up soon. Okay, here's one of the decks I'm making. It's a fabled deck. So here's the deck list. 2 Force Ring Questions. It's a very good trap card for both Dark Worlds and Fabled decks. Because what it does is, if you discard one card from your hand to the graveyard, your opponent will have to discard the same amount of cards you discard. For example, you discard 3 cards, then your opponent will have to discard 3 cards. If you discard 1 card, your opponent will have to discard 1 card, and you know the difference. But card destruction will have no effect on it. Not one effect. Neither hand destruction will. Because your opponent is going to discard anyway. So, and same goes for Dark World dealings. 2 Wepakus. One of my favorite protection kind of traps. You know what it does. 2 Beckoning Lights. Probably find another one if I could. You know what it does. You know, everyone who runs lights runs it. And of course, Lightsworns used to run it as well. Oh, everyone definitely knows this trap card. Dark Smog. It's really awesome in Dark World and Fabled deck. I even seen one in a regional once. But that was it. I wasn't dueling the guy who ran... I think he was running Dark World. Anyway, I did see him have 1 Dark Smog so far, but that was it. That's all I saw. Yeah, he was running a Dark World deck. You already know what it does. But before you do any remove and play, at least discard your Fiend and then do the targeting. You know. It's a great anti-Lightsworn card. If you can notice with Raikou on it. And I kind of feel bad for poor Raikou, because wolves are my favorite animal. Mirror Force. Monster Reincarnation is part of the spells, of course. Sorry for being so quick. Just trying to get through it so I can make my other videos. Anyway, this is Monster Reincarnation. We already know what that does. Monster Reborn. Lightning Vortex. MST. Card Destruction. Pot of Evers. And now for the monsters. The Fabled Chawa, not Fabled Chawa. The Fabled. There's a difference, people. And yes, Christian, there's a difference. Christian thinks they're the same, but they do run the same, but there's kind of a similar archetype. Because they're called the Fabled. Because their difference is they're beast types, and their light attribute, and their name is the Fabled. So remember that. Same goes for you, Christian. Hey, I heard that. Just kidding, folks. You know, if Christian was making a funny comment, I'd be like, hey, I heard that. You know. Anyway, to the Fabled Catsits. To let you all know, I dueled a guy who ran a Fabled deck. He made a mistake of what Fabled Catsits does. Also, sorry about the red light. Hang on. Okay, anyway. There's a difference to the Fabled Catsits. What it does is, it destroys face-up cards, not face-down cards. He thought he can destroy face-down cards, but or any card on the field, but it's actually face-up cards when it's discarded. And 3 Fabled Cruises. When discarded, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Fabled monster from your grave except Fabled Cruise. It's good for bringing back Grimrow. Fabled I can't pronounce his name. I think Nidojutsu or Nitojutsu. Or I can't pronounce his name. Anyway, you can discard from your hand to the graveyard and treat one fabled monster on the field as a tuner monster. I'm gonna show you a quick combo when I'm showing you the extra deck, because I thought of a cool combination what you can do with this card with one of the synchros. One of my favorite tuner monsters, the fabled Cerberus. Yes, Christian, there's a difference. Anyway, the fabled Cerberus, one of my favorite tuner monsters. I even looked up online. There's a combo of summoning Arcanite Magician with this card. Discard it with Tricky, then he special summon and Tricky special summon. Then you sync for Arcanite. Pretty good move. You know, I kind of like it. To the fabled No Jutsis. Pretty good card. We are, it does. Featured on Alex Stevens' channel. 3, the fabled Ganashias. I'm gonna probably take one of the male, maybe. If you got any suggestions, like, leave that down below. Oh, I forgot, when it's discarded from your hand to the graveyard, you can automatically special summon it, and it gains 200. So it's next automatically 1800 when it's special summoned. Fabled Grimro. When you control a fabled monster on your side of the field, you can discard it from your hand to the graveyard and add another fabled from your deck to your hand. Pretty good monster. Fabled Lurie. When it's discarded, you can automatically special summon it. Fabled Genevieve. I think that's hard to pronounce. It sounds French, but anyway. During the damage calculation, this card battles, of course, you can discard only one card, not like 2 or 3, to have it gain 600. Not bad, like, pretty good. Sandgen to draw one of my fabled if I need. And finally, one of my favorite fairies, well, so far my only favorite fairy, Honest. Really good monster. Ooh, pretty. And now, give me a quick second, folks. The extra deck. Gotta make this quick, folks, because my, time limit. Anyway, 2 number 10 Illuminite. 2 fabled Leviathan. Oh, 3 actually. 2 fabled Valkyries. 2 fabled Ragens. 2 fabled Kudabis. And finally, the fabled Unicorn and the fabled Kudabi. Well, that's my vid. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. See you in my next vid.